That thing was lagging. I don't know what's going on right there, but I'm here live. I brought a couple friends with me. So first off, we got Tennessee Flatbedder.
What's going on?
His page is right here. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to Tennessee Flatbedder. He's having trucking videos and some bike riding and, just good times. Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and all that good fun. Then I'm bringing on Versatile Duckling. And his channel is Versatile Duckling. And subscribe to it. It's going to be a little bit open forum, talk about anything you want to talk to. So, all no holds barred.
Daniel still has a robot voice on, man. I just want you to know that.
My bad. I do.
There you go.
It's a good introduction, It's a wonderful introduction.
Yeah.
Just
Hans, how's home time going?
Yeah, we got Hans caught in the chat first. Then we had second running Jeffrey.
There we go.
And then
Hans
third
first.
running Sarah. Fourth, Isaac's dad. And then Kenworth Ryder.
Kenworth's in town, but I've been running so many tire loads, I haven't had a chance to come see it. I haven't had a chance to see him at the pad.
Yeah. Hey, Kenworth, I'll be there down there tomorrow in the morning. I've got 2 students testing in the morning.
You know what?
I'll be on a tire run.
Tennessee there, man. We'll be out there in the morning, man. If you want to do a little bit of something, I'm sure Tennessee can get some good video observations, and he can upload it to his channel, man. We're always looking to collaborate and whatnot. So.
Oh, poor Hans says he's
we got
stuck at a
Peg
truck
Legs in the house too.
Who?
Peg Legs in the house.
Peg Leg, what's going on? I text Peg Leg today, and we're gonna have y'all remember last time I said I'm asking Peg Leg for a favor, and I asked him, and he said he's coming through, and nobody knows about what I asked him about. So it's hard to be pretty interesting once he gets it done, and you will find out later on. And I think it's going to be awesome.
There we go.
Are you going to get me a souvenir?
No, I'm not. I'm not telling anyone what me and Peg Leg are up to. That's privileged knowledge only.
All right, Peg Leg, if you're bringing me a signed leg for my cabinet of curiosities, I would love that.
That would be awesome.
I would love that. It would sit in the background of my lives when I finally start getting 800. Jesus takes the wheel with a donation.
Woo, look at that already, man. Like, the money's raining down. The money's raining down. Man, Jesus, I'm trying to get, I got to get Jesus Takes the Wheel in here sometime. So I'm trying. We'll see what happens.
You know what? My problem is, Jesus, you were in my live stream last time. Where was my donation, man? You're not
1,000 subscribers.
Daniel. Where's my money? I saw you follow me. I saw you got my number and everything. Where's the money?
I was throwing up my GoFundMe, but I can't do it on the tablet since I'm streaming from my phone. So
yeah. So Kenworth Ryder, he is taking his upgrade class tomorrow. No, he took it today. My bad. And he should be on the list for a truck by tomorrow. So that's congratulations. That's good to see somebody else finishing up their training completely, finishing up TNT and on their own truck. Congratulations.
The interview I did of my student and the other student They both got their trucks Monday or Saturday and Monday.
Saturday and Monday.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Well,
go
congratulations
ahead,
to
throw up my
them.
screen real quick. I'll show you guys that video right now. You want to throw up that second screen real quick? There you go. It's interview with my student that just upgraded at Prime Incorporated, man. It's got 154 views. It was just uploaded. He did a wonderful job. It was free-formed. You could tell that the students are really into it, man. He didn't force anybody to do anything they wanted to do, unlike some YouTubers, man. That's all I'm going to say.
That's all I'm going to say. Chill out.
Check that shit out, man. I watched it all the way through. You know, it was really good to see what people think about my boy Tennessee. You know, because sometimes I'm like, oh, he hates on me for this reason. You know, I got the automatic motorcycle. You know, but
what's going on, John?
What's up, John? Lost another guy today at CDL school. Couldn't do a straight back to save his life. You know, sometimes it just takes time, and you know. Like I've had guys before, it taken 4 or 5 days to learn straight line back. And, you know, sometimes people just need some extra work. It's sad that he got sent home. You know what? Since John's in here, let's go ahead and start a poll. Best to get a CDL from a mega carrier or a school? We're going to ask you guys and find out the answer.
Daniel, if you don't mind, I'll go ahead and tell a story right now.
Let's hear it.
I got a guy, man, you know, right now he's struggling. Straight back, as we're saying here. It's based on skill, man. It really is. It's based on eye coordination, hand-eye coordination. You got to be able to tell when the trailer's going one way or the other way, react to it. And that's something you can't teach. You can't teach hand-eye coordination. You just can't. As hard as we try, and it's, you know, we can sit in front of the truck and yell, left, 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 right, right, right. We could do that all day long. But it's not going to teach you how to realize the situation in the moment. So I understand where you're coming from, John. It's a hard thing to teach. It's a hard thing to make someone realize that they have to come up with on their own. You know, okay, Thomas, damn. You know, shit. You know, but you know what, John, man, you got it going on, man. You keep doing your thing, and it's the good things are gonna keep rolling, man. You got it.
On says, I love being with my brothers and sisters at a truck stop, making fun of those flip-flop drivers on the CBs. Man, I wish I had my flip-flops down here. Where's my Jordans at? Flip-flops.
And every now and then, Hans, you get them barefoot ones.
Oh, nasty. Bro, I had that student, man. I'm telling you, I had that student. He was, you know, you got the no shoe rules in your truck. Like, no shoes past this point. We don't want them in the back.
Yeah,
this
I got
man,
by the way.
He would jump out with no shoes on, walk in the truck stop, go take a piss, get back in the truck, and like I'm all like, how do you deal with a no shoes rule with a guy that's walking barefoot in a nasty truck stop? So you know it's
Daniel.
It's
I had the same shit happen to me one time, man. I had one guy who wanted it. I always had the same rule on my truck, man. Don't wear shoes past the line. And past the line is where your seats stop. We all know that.
Yeah.
So the no shoes past the line is a common rule that all truckers have, man, especially trainers. If you're TNTing or PSDing, no shoes past the line. This fella, man, he jumped out the damn truck on a get out of the look with no shoes. It is wild. It is a wild thing
I get a lot of people that want to drive my truck with no shoes on, or like say I'm out there working with them on the pad and they're backing and like for some reason I'm all like, here, set the brakes, let me open the door, jump over to the other seat, open the door, and they're not wearing no shoes. Yeah. And I understand it, man. I'm from Texas. Like, we are barefoot drivers. We Fred Flintstone that stuff, but still, man, you got to have some shoes on, like in the truck. That's DOT.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Well, I
it's
keep
crazy.
having my.
Go ahead, Tennessee. I'm sorry, brother.
I was gonna say I keep having my students turn around and try to wear their shower shoes to drive, and I'm like, no, you're gonna put your regular shoes back on when you're done for the day. If you want to wear your shower shoes after that, put them on. But no, you're driving my truck with shoes on. Because that
Yeah.
shoe, that shoe can come off. A shower shoe or flip flop or Croc can come off, jam itself under the brake, and then you can't stop that truck.
Exactly. I had one student, man. You know, I'm from Georgia, man. I grew up all over Georgia. You know, I raised in a little particular way, but you know what, man? We go barefoot ourselves, man. But you know, you got to know when to put the damn shoes on, you know. And we wear boots. We always wear the Dustins or you know the Timberlands or something, man. We're always wearing boots, man. That Georgia clay, that shit stains your shit. So keep in mind, man. You know, you got to wear your damn boots out here, man. You got to keep that in mind, you know.
So real quick, Jeffrey just asked, what should he wear? And Hans said tennis shoes. Well, Jeffrey, you're going to be on my truck, so bring a pair of boots and a pair of shoes. That way, when you're driving, you can put your shoes on. When we're working, you put your boots on.
I always recommend that. I always recommend a pair of good, solid boots so that it fits your feet comfortably. If you don't have a good, solid pair of boots, it don't matter if you're flatbed, reefer, tanker, intermodal, whatever in the hell you are at the moment. A pair of boots saves your lives. All right, you got.
Isaac's dad says, "Poke that like button."
Yeah, there's only 2 people that like it so far.
2 inches of mud. You got dirt tracking everywhere. You got to have a pair of boots. You got to have a pair of tennis shoes. Those are the only.
I don't have no boots. No, I do have some boots in my side box, but I really don't wear them too much. The Kenworth Rider says, "Anybody worried about the sim lab? It's a breeze for the upgrade process."
Yeah, it is. But the only issue with that, yeah,
they're talking. He's talking about back from TNT.
Okay.
Yeah, the only issue with the Sims Lab a lot of people have is that they get motion sickness from that.
Yeah, and I did too. I was one of those people that got motion sickness from it. But you know what? I just hung it in there and dealt with it, and just to get it finished because I didn't want to go do it again, or you know, I just dealt with it till I got it done.
So I would say that the driving simulator, when you're getting upgraded, when they're teaching you all that shit, they usually give you the answer before you need it. If you're like a normal guy, unlike Thomas and Daniel, you know, they're gonna get motion sick. Nah.
Oh, I don't get motion sick.
I would say, man, it's an easy thing. They tell you exactly how they're gonna do it. They're gonna tell you exactly what you need to do. As long as you follow instruction well, I think that's what they're really testing for. Can you listen to instruction? They're not really testing you on the matter of, can you do this on the simulator? They're testing you on the matter of, can you listen to what we're saying? That's how I interpret it, but I also did it a few years back, so maybe they changed it.
I voted Mega with a caveat. Look at the link of commitment for the carrier. Has you stay to pay off the training. So he's basically saying that it depends on the mega carrier. He's looking at the time it takes to pay off the training. Is the commitment 1 year, 2 years, stuff like that?
Oh, he's putting us in the mega carrier.
I've driven barefoot before. Hans, you're always talking about the sandal guys, man. You drove barefoot before? Say it ain't so.
He would never step outside of his truck barefoot, though. We know that super trucker shit, man. You don't want to end up on bonehead truckers, man. You know you ain't driving barefoot. You know you ain't stepping outside of that truck barefoot. You definitely putting the 10-10s on before you step outside. Come on now.
I don't feel safe with the big trucks without my boots on. There you go, Tennessee. Mr. Flatbed.
Oh yeah, I wear my boots every day here on the pad, or not on the pad, out on the drive when I'm working. So
Wear what's comfortable in. That's what I do too. Well, Tennessee also wears what's comfortable because he has those DCs that I'll be seeing him wear, those real nice ones. What
my
are those
Black
DCs?
Sabbath
Black-
DCs.
Will we be seeing them tomorrow since it's a test day for you? Oh, I didn't even ask you. What are you doing tomorrow? Are you testing one guy, two guys, zero guys? What you doing?
I got 2 guys testing in the morning, and they smashed out their pre-test today. Even though one had to do a what's it called? I'll come up with that word later. But yeah, they both smashed it out later, and then I took them out on drives. They both did awesome on their drives.
And
So-
Eric, what you got going on tomorrow? You testing too?
You know what, man? I wish I could say I had the same, but I have a guy right now, you know, he is definitely getting ready to gear up for test. He is phenomenal. He is driven perfectly. The straight back and the offsets. You know, I had another student. So whenever I have a student, and I'll tell you a story real quick. Sometimes I have students, and I'm sure Daniel and Tennessee have both had students that tell them the same things. I want to be an instructor one day. I want to do the TNT. I want to do the PSD. So okay, all right. Well, let's put that to the test. You know, let's put that to the test and let's see how you do. So that's what I did. This yesterday, I put one of my students to the test. I was like, you know what? Teach him offset. Just offset. Super simple maneuver. Watching the trailer, putting it where it needs to go. And I think this is something that me, Daniel, and Tennessee go on pretty well. Is you're watching the trailer for the majority of the maneuver. He did phenomenal, man. This guy understands what he needs to be doing. So I'm thinking that this guy is definitely up to go this weekend, for sure.
And Jesus ain't lying about that comment right there. Jesus takes the wheel, says, I wear Crocs. They're fully enclosed, and I don't care what people think. I'm for the comfort. Jesus takes the wheel. Definitely start trying to find you some foam runners, man. I'm telling you what, I got some foam runners, and I swear they're way better than the Crocs. Look into some foam runners. I'm really impressed with mine, and I wear them a lot, bro.
I've heard so much about the Yeezys, man. The Yeezys, their version of the Croc. I've had 4 students since those have come out, and they swear by them, man. They're all weatherproof. And I don't know it. I'm not a Yeezy man, but more power to them, man. You know,
I think we should have done a poll on what should we wear.
Yeah, what's the footwear, Daniel? Let's put something up there, man.
Everybody hit the like. Go for it, Thomas. I'm gonna rewrite the poll.
Everybody needs to hit that like button and then borrow peg legs and smash that ding-ling button bell.
Go ahead and zoom in on me real quick.
So it was 50. It was over 50% saying that the mega carrier, but it was real close.
Zoom in on me real quick, Daniel.
I'm trying to type.
Oh, you said the camera.
Now I know all you guys got Tennessee's channel. Make sure y'all donate to that you know, that good old GoFundMe. You know, he's got some camera equipment he's trying to come up with. We're the loan sharks of this channel, man. So make sure you also donate $5 on entry. You know, Daniel ain't doing this for fun. He's doing this for the earnings. All right. So I don't care what he says. You better donate $5 in, and you might as well donate to Tennessee while you're at it.
Because anything helps my channel. I think our host left.
Too long. We didn't have a bit long enough for this, Daniel. Zoom out on us.
So we got several people. Wow. He changed his position to where he's going to sit today.
Yeah, I guess
So-
so.
There you go. There you go. There's a comment for you.
For who, me?
Yep.
Watch your language, duckling. We got youngsters in here. You know, if we got youngsters in here, more power to them, man. You know what? I'm glad that you're getting incorporated into the culture of truck driving. But the problem with truck driving is we got languages of all types. We got, you know what, Daniel? You know, you take this part, man.
There we
How many
go.
languages have you
Hans.
heard since you've been truck driving, brother?
We got Hans with a donation.
Oh, I gotta come back over.
Oh shit, you're not keeping
Can't
up.
skip out on that one.
Watch out for my language. We speak all languages. Lávate las manos, motherfucker.
Insane Cop Philosophy wears makeup to hide old age. Yay. Hater, bro. Like, hater, I had to read that to you. Like, I have to read it. Bro, it's not makeup, it's face paint, bro. Have you see the football players, they put that paint on their face. Same thing. Same
They
thing.
don't put that much paint on their face.
Shut your mouth.
Tennessee done gone vertical on us.
Yeah, I have to do something real quick with my phone.
Does Pitts and PA reefer start out with my Bronx?
Wrong. I don't understand that one either. Does Princeton, PA?
Kenworth Ryder says, my father had his foot ran over by a Stevens transport driver. The doctor told him he wasn't wearing steel-toe boots. He would. The loss of his toe, he would. I guess he's saying that they wouldn't pay the toe for his toe because of what happened. Because he didn't have steel-toe boots on. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
You know what? I've always this is always what I wondered about steel-toe boots. You have your foot in there, and the steel only goes right there. What if something hits it right there? Is it going to curve and cut your toes off?
Well, with a steel-toe boot, you might feel it right here, but it curves down a little bit. So it curves in front of your feet. So what happens is when you get ran over, the curve comes up and it just evens out with your foot. And I can speak from experience.
What if it hits that edge?
I will speak from experience. I had a steel-toe boot on, and I was ran over by a forklift. And the way that I experienced it was, there's that curve in it. It goes from the tip of the toe and curves over. If you have a proper steel-toe, and it goes over. When I was ran over by the forklift, what it did was the curve of it just stretched out a little bit and came over. I never lost a toe. I never had any immobility. It held up strong. It's a pretty sturdy shoe. Now, if it gets ran over once, you don't want to get ran over twice. That is not something you want to happen. I'm hearing some laughs.
If you come in as an AC and have to wait a week for a lease truck, do they pay you while you wait? Yes.
If they've hired you on already, yes.
It depends.
Uh-oh.
It does depend.
Well, but if they've already hired you,
If they have hired you and you're waiting for your first truck, you get paid until the first offer is made.
Oh,
After the first offer, if you deny the first truck you've received, then you are now working on your free will.
yeah, that's exactly right. He's exactly right 100%. If you refuse that first truck that they offer you, which they usually offer you about 2 to 3 trucks, if you refuse all of the trucks, then they stop paying you. You go to the bottom of the list, and it really sucks. Like, we'll boo them for it.
Yeah.
I'm doing a special load today with 10 stops. We're gonna boo that too. 10 stops sucks.
Lord have mercy.
Hey, I got a 2-stop load on Monday.
Oh,
Is that the one your truck was in
Kansas?
front of? Whenever I
Yeah.
came? Okay.
Yeah,
How did you beat
Kansas
me
and
off
Oklahoma.
today, bro?
beat you
I
off.
told you I was gonna get off early.
That is a conversation for a different time.
I
Ken.
did not know that you were leaving before me, bro. Like you said you had so much work to do, and I went on those drives and I came back and I was all like, "You're gone?"
But beating you off is a different conversation.
Hey, you're the only one that took it that way.
You know, I'm
I
a
think
young
the
man.
alley dock
You're
is the
both
easiest
old
maneuver.
fellas.
100% right. The alley dock
Yes.
is the easiest backing maneuver.
It is.
I don't know
It's
why
all in a
people stress
left.
it out so much.
You know
What's-
what? I will. You know, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt that it's the easiest maneuver if you got a good trainer. It really is, man. If you got a good trainer, if they're explaining all the other maneuvers beforehand, it is definitely the easiest maneuver to execute. You already know all the preconceptions. You know left is right. You know if I have a problem this way, a problem that way. You know all that shit, man. If you don't think that the alley dock is the easiest maneuver, you obviously weren't trained right, and you obviously have a misconception of what happens. This is something that new students think. New students always fear the alley dock, but former students or students going through it will always tell you alley dock is the easiest. It's all you, Thomas.
I already said it before you even started talking. It's all
It
in a
says
left.
once I upgrade.
That's why it's easy.
No, I heard you, but I was hoping you got this next comment from Kenworth Rider. Once you upgrade and put in a lease list, you earn a daily fee and get paid on your first settlement. I have no clue.
I haven't leased since 2017 or 18, so I don't know.
Do you want Ranger or mayo?
I am having the hardest time on the alley. You know what, man? If it depends on what circumstance you're putting in. You know what? If you're in the real world and you're alley docking, first of all, it depends on what we're saying. Alley dock, like what? Real world alley dock is way different than pad alley dock. But if you're having a really hard time on the alley dock in practice, it's really time to ask your trainer, hey, look, you know what? I'm not understanding this. Maybe there's something I missed, something in the past maneuvers that I need to overcome, you know? And this is something that I really wish a lot of students would do. Being upfront with their trainers. A lot of students don't come in up front with their trainers. You have to be honest with the trainers. Be honest with them. You know what, man? This parallel don't make sense. This alley dog doesn't make sense. Okay, fine. What doesn't make sense? Let's get the left-right maneuver right. Let's get this perspective right. And it's all determined on what you're struggling with personally. You really have to be 100% open with the trainer you have. If you're not,
And
they don't mess. You
communication,
can't read your mind.
communication works 100%. Like that is key. Make sure that you have great communication there.
Exactly. You can't. make
Jesus
Jesus
another
Takes
super
the Bill
chat.
says, "Hey, for my birthday in March, I booked a Airbnb on a private island off the coast of Honduras. Y'all are invited.
Is
You
it
down?
free?
You down?
Yeah,
As
I'm
long as it's
down,
free,
but
you know,
unfortunately,
like,
I'm
man, I'll come in.
in March. I'm actually going on another vacation for another video that I'm gonna be throwing up. Hopefully, this time I get some good footage of it. But I'm taking a week off in March.
You know what? March 22nd is my daughter's birthday. It'll be her first birthday, so I can't take that off.
Kiersey said we can't run over her feet, but she did not say nothing about anyone like staring at her feet weird or rubbing lotion on them or something crazy like that.
Oh Lord.
That's all you, Versatile Duckling. It shows from your channel.
I ain't got no feet on my channel.
Wait, Tennessee, hold on. Now point the same direction.
There.
There you go. That's your feet guy. Like he likes licking between toes and stuff. It's kind of weird. Strange.
Don't be hating on me like that, man.
Pittston, PA mostly do New York cities. Yeah, Pittston, PA does most of that East Coast area. Like, and it is a great terminal over there. I really like that terminal. The pad is brand new. It's nice. I enjoy my time over there. There is some great people over there. One thing I will tell you is if you're a student over there, they are not playing around about pre-trip over there. You don't study your pre-trip and your trainer comes in there and says you're not studying your pre-trip, they're going to eval you, and if it's not good, you're going home. Like it's serious business over there. They don't play around, which is a good thing because we're all grown men and we should be doing what we need to do. Okay, he agreed with you. Somebody agreed with you. There you go.
My main instructor has 8 million miles under his belt, and he tells me you're right. Where you put, you're right where to put your rig and exactly what to do. He is golden. You know what? I understand what you're saying, John. Commas would be great. It's really hard to read them when they're not commas, But yeah, man.
Hans with the super chat
again.
again. Look at Hans over here.
Right, man. That's how it goes. Oh, another $10, man.
Insane Clown Posse can't wrestle and can't sing. They don't sing, they rap.
They don't rap.
And they could wrestle if there wasn't an injury, so I'm just saying.
You know what? They don't rap. They're hip hop. Rap and hip hop are two.
So we had to remove Versatile Duckling from the channel. He was talking some trash. He will be back whenever he forgets what he was saying. Good afternoon, Tennessee Flatbed. Welcome back to the channel.
Yeah, I had dinner handed to me, so that's why I dropped off the screen real quick. Unless you guys don't care if I eat in front of you.
I have learned my lesson never to disrespect the ICP ever again.
Never. You go in timeout, stand in the corner.
You know what,
Some trainers don't listen to their students either.
I love ICP, man. They're a great group. They're wonderful. I love the fucking music, the message, and some of their songs are wonderful, man. But it is a different thing. It's always a different thing.
So keep talking good. I'm agreeing with you.
No. That's as far as my good is gonna go, brother. They're good. They're good hip hop artists, but hip hop versus rap is different. It's always different.
Some trainers don't listen to their students, and I'll agree with you. Like there is sometimes that like I admit it too. There's some things I don't listen to my students. Like I'm gonna tell you right now. Like if my students over there, like, first off, if he's not listening to me to begin with, like, I might not try to hear what he has to say. Like, whenever he's all like, well, I think we need to do it like this. Or, whenever a student tells me, hey, what we're going to do tomorrow is you're going to hear my pre-trip first thing, and then we're going to start backing. I'm all like, look, I'm not trying to hear you right now. Like this, you're in my world right now. You're on my time. You're on Twizted time. We're not going to do that. Now you can ask me, hey, will you come over here and hear my pre-trip? I will say, sure, let's hear it. Or you might need help with it. I'll be like, sure, let's hear it. But guess what? In my world, I'm kind of the one calling the shots. Like I'm an instructor. They put me into that position. And they trust me to get you done and get you on your way. Like you're not calling the shots here. Now I will, if you have some real concerns, like you're all like, hey, look, I'm having trouble with backing. I need to work on it more. That's different. I'm going to listen to that. I'm going to be like, all right, well, let's do it a couple more times. And then at the end of the day, you know, if you're still not feeling confident and you're like, man, I test tomorrow, but I'm not ready. I'm going to have a serious talk with you. I'm going to be like, hey, we just did it 10 times in a row and you got less than 2 points. You're kind of getting the test jitters right now. So we're going to go ahead and move forward and get closer to this test. Were you going to say anything? Who was going to say anything? Bam.
I wanted to say something along the lines of that with Kiersey. Their question there, some trainers don't listen to students either. That is true. That is very true. But there is circumstance in which that does not happen. Some students speak in passive language, and that's not something that's always going to be understood by a trainer. You do have to remember, if you end up with a premium trainer, and what I mean by premium, Daniel, Thomas, me, Justin, anybody else, if you end up with any of us as trainers, we are premium trainers while he's eating his sandwich. Yeah, you enjoy that shit, man. Premium trainers, we have done this. I know Daniel and me and Thomas have definitely dealt with this over maybe at least 150 to 200 to 250 times. We've had a plethora of students. People like, you know, Oren, Justin, and they've had probably 500 plus students. Who knows? But some things are second nature to us, and what you think should be first nature to us is not. Ask those questions. Be honest. It's not something that we're going to take offense to. We need to know where you're at in the program. And the thing is, like, some students, they just think that, you know, they're the first one out of the gate. But you're really not. You're the number 257th out of the gate for us. We have to know where you're at. Communicate with us. Be honest. And we'll be honest with you. We'll help you. We'll guide you through the process in which you need to determine to go through.
Time out. I'm a fat guy. I got to know what's in that sandwich.
So it's a BLT wrap with chicken.
It's a wrap. Never mind. Go ahead. We're done with that sandwich.
Zooming on me, man. What the fuck? I'm not a wrap. I'm a fat guy. There's a difference.
Hey, let's check in on the poll real quick. Oh, wow. I'm actually amazed. Boots is 64%. Slides it ended up with 0%. Sneakers had 29%. And Crocs for Jesus had 7%.
There you go, man. Boots are the way to fucking go. It does not matter what division you're in. Boots are all proof. Comfortability, waterproof, everything. Boots are the way to go, man. I ride my motorcycle in boots. I drive my truck in boots. Everything is boots. He's zooming in on that plate, Daniel.
No, I'm getting hungry. Nice camera work too, by the way. Brian says, I test out Monday and I'm going to really try on this alley doc. Hope I nail it. You know, let's give Brian a baseball clap right there. So what the baseball clap is, for you that don't know, and I think it was really a T-ball clap, is when you're watching kids play T-ball and they swing, they might miss, but everybody claps anyways. So, you know, like, give it your all. Hit that swing. You might hit that ball, make it fly. Or you might just miss, but we're still going to cheer you on, and we're still behind you, pushing you, Brian.
You know what, Brian, man? You test out on Monday, man. If you see any of us around the pad, you're never guaranteed a certain maneuver. Okay? So don't only expect the alley dog. Expect that parallel too, man. That shit comes up when you don't expect it. You're really docking on one maneuver. A lot of students do that, man. Oh, left side parallel. I got that. I hope for that. Right side parallel. I got that. I hope for that. And then I got some students as well, man. I'm an alley dog that shit, man. But you know what? You never know what's coming up because the DMV, man, they'll switch it up on you real quick, man. Make sure you're ready for all of it. But you know, if you see us Monday, me, Daniel, or Tennessee, if you see us, show us what you got, man. Hopefully we hear from you.
I received a request to film my feet. gross, and I have big feet for a woman. I'll take your word on it.
Wait, what?
Pittston is nice, but parking sucks. If you're taking your car to Pittston, that yard is overpacked with cars. Or last time I was there, it was overfilled with cars. There's too many people that have cars in that long-term parking. John Gonzalez says, tomorrow I get to go on the road with my main instructor for 8 hours of road time. He's going to school me on the manual transmission since that's what I'm going to be testing on.
Wow.
So for sure, man, just take it easy, double clutch. Try not to look at that clutch. Like, try to study the pattern of it. Know where it is. It'll make it a lot easier. Know where the splitter is. Every time you take off, you should make sure that splitter's down so you're in that lower gear. That's one of the things that gets a lot of people is whenever they stop, they leave the splitter up, and then they try to take off, and they kill that truck, and they're impeding traffic, and they fail. So make sure that you always put that splitter down.
One thing I'll add to that, John, is here recently I was trying to get my manual restriction lifted. I decided not to, but when I was practicing on the pad with a fellow in-house instructor, it is all about the fill, man. It really is. It's about filling when you need to go up. It's about filling when you need to go down. You have to accelerate when you're going down. The double is very important. If you don't double, you're not going to pass. Make sure you're staying on point with that stuff. It's very important.
See, I would okay. Peg leg says staring weird at feet. So read it, somebody. Eric, you're making me laugh over there because you keep on pointing.
Staring weird at feet is so Deliverance movie funky stuff. Rubbing lotion on feet is some Silence of the Lambs movie stuff.
Hey, at least we got Peg leg in here because whenever he gets bored, he starts whittling on that foot.
You know what, man?
Or on that peg.
You really dig it deep into the movie references, man. I respect that. I love it. It's fun.
Yeah, he's using the trainees miles, which, right, because they don't drive those miles. Hans, it's the experience they're getting, though. It really is. So whenever it boils down to it, they might be running a load. But the thing is, the amount of experience for them running the loads, like lane changes, taking exits, maybe there's a car on the side of the road. Heck, the other day we were driving and this woman was texting on her phone. She ended up right in front of our truck, and then she swerved because she noticed, but she went back to check her text message and swerved right back into our lane. And then she looked up again and swerved. I mean, that's some real life experience right there that you cannot replace. Today, I had a guy in a red truck pull out in front of me and my student, and luckily my student hit the brakes and slowed it down. And I was expecting a hard brake. I grabbed the Qualcomm. I'm all like, let's see your hard brake. I'm about to have to tell the dispatcher. He didn't even brake it hard enough to get a hard brake, and we safely stopped so we didn't hit this guy.
Heck yeah.
I got a little. Okay. Cancel me out. Never mind. Story
Go ahead.
You know what, man? I had a student just the same way. As Daniel explained, someone who handles the experience when it's going on perfectly. We had a silver Toyota going in and out of lane, obviously either on their phone or drunk driving. Who knows? We can't judge. We're not the people who judge. But whatever they were doing was distracting them from the road, going in and out. And he was going very slow. I remember correctly, he was going 45 miles an hour. My student wanted to pass him. I was like, you know what? He's weaving in and out. What do you think is the best decision? My student said, you know what? Let's back off. Let's see if he gets on an exit here soon. You know what? Guaranteed the guy got on an exit. He disappeared. I'm sorry. He zoomed in on Tennessee while I was fucking gargling some fucking quesadilla, man. My student made the right decision. My student said, you know what, let's back off of him. Let's see what he does. And lo and behold, the man got off on an exit. It was gone. We could proceed the way we wanted to go.
Salt Lake City trainers will pull you and give you a surprise quiz. They'll ask a couple of drivers for a DOT card and a CDL permit too. What are they asking for?
Yeah, what was the question in that?
I guess he's saying that they'll just pull you to the side and say, where's your DOT card and your CDL permit? I guess just seeing if you have it.
Yeah, you should always have that on you, especially if you're in the driver's seat. Those things need to be within hand's reach. If you can't reach for a certain amount of things like your logbook, your medical card, your license, and if you're a student, permit, or your cab card, there are some problems there.
I think you meant to say arm's reach.
Yeah, arm's reach. That's what I said.
Arm's reach. Hands reach, it's like.
What are you, a fucking T-Rex?
That's what you expect all of our students to be if it's at hand reach.
I told my instructor I didn't understand the turn towards the problem because I saw a problem back of the trailer. That is a wonderful question, Kiersey. Trucking along Kiersey, that is perfect. There is a difference. I always explain it differently than some instructors explain it. I explain the front part of the trailer as the bulge. When you make a hard correction, the bulge of the trailer in the front will always be where your truck is. So if you're hard left, like let's say that your truck and trailer is like this, right? If you're like this and you're going back, your trailer's okay. Nice to see you too. You're really fucking me up, dude. If you're like that, you know, and you're coming back, your trailer is automatically going to go like this a little bit, like just a little bit off to the side. That's the front part of your trailer. It depends on what maneuver you're doing. If you're straight backing, left and right, you should always have sight on, no matter what. If you lose left and right side, depending on what side, Lord have mercy. They're really fucking with me today. They're really.
We'll just say, I think what he's saying is if your truck is on the left side of your trailer, your back of your trailer is going left. If it's on the right side, it's going right.
Yeah, simplify it for me, man. What I'm saying is, like, you know, every maneuver is different. You need to really incorporate accuracy, and it really does depend. I'm not gonna do movements anymore because I'm getting picked on. You know, I'm being bullied. I'm the new guy on the stream. It's okay.
I hate it. Isaac's dad says I hate students that try to correct the trainers while they're teaching. You know, and you have those guys. They're the what we call the know-it-alls. They're almost as bad as the guys that are called the God complex. So the know-it-alls, they know everything about trucking, but when you put them out there backing, they can't do nothing.
Daniel, my dad has been training for 18 years. He's been driving for 20.
Get over here. I want to hear. I can't see you over there.
Tennessee understands what I'm saying, man. My dad has been driving for 20 years. Okay?
Yeah.
He says that this is not right.
Well, what is worse than that though? What I've been dealing with here lately, it seems like I'm getting a lot of these students, and I call it the God complex. And it's like whenever I try to tell them to make them better, I'm all like, hey, you need to look in the mirror over here. You're not looking in it. And they're all like, yeah, I am. I'm looking right at it. And you're all like, really? That's why I told you something. Or you're out there on the pad backing with them, and they're turning to the right, and you're all like, hey, I need you to turn to the left. And they have the wheel to the right, and you're like, turn to the left, and they have it to the right. And you're all like, hey, bro, how many times did I say turn it to the left? And he said, I did have it to the left. And you're all like, no, you didn't. And they go, yes, I did. And they want to argue it. So you get in the truck and you turn it all the way to the left, and you're all like, that was really left?
A student pointed this out to me the other day, and this is a very funny coincidence that this is coming up. Why are they always staring at you when they're backing up? Why are they always staring at me while they're backing up? You know, they're looking for confirmation. They're looking for that. And I find this a problem with a lot of drivers now, because the further and further in time we get with drivers are going to change. It's the same way as everything goes. It's a generational thing. The drivers coming into the industry now are into the instant gratifications. Did I do that right? Am I doing good? How was that? It's not about the instant gratification. It's about a long-term thing. It's about taking the patience to really drive this stuff home. It's about proving yourself. The perfect term, proving yourself. Hey, send that GoFundMe link, though. There you go.
Tennessee, you gonna read it?
That's all you, brother. Come on now. You got a loan shark.
So there's my
that shit.
GoFundMe. Hans threw it up for me. GoFundMe to help out my channel as much as possible. Because when I
You know
start
what?
to actually do rides, I'll actually have shirts and key cards for motorcycles.
For everybody watching right now, man, you know, Tennessee is a wonderful producer. He's putting out some great content for you flatbed guys. And if you want to show a little bit of a love, even a dollar goes a long way in this industry, man. It goes a long way, period. A dollar will go.
Bro, I'm saving my dollar to feed kids from other countries. I saw the infomercial.
We're not doing the arms and angel. Fly away with me.
Don't quit your day job.
Flat better on 25 cents a day. Donate $1. He's really, you know what?
Real truckers drive manual transmissions.
Hey, I don't have a restriction on my license. Do you?
Me neither.
How about you? How about you? Oh, he's got a restriction on his license.
I do have a restriction on my license, but I will.
Next comment's yours.
It's all mine.
Yep.
I have a restriction on my license. Yes, I came in 2000.
Read the comment.
2000.
Read the comment.
Oh, are y'all Jewish? Yes, we are all Jewish. That's why we're so funny and we have a lot of money.
Really?
Oh man.
Really?
We're all Adam Sandler in here. No, I am Christian. Thomas is Viking. If you ever look at him, you can definitely tell he's got his oath bracelet on. He's got the markings to match. And you know what? I don't think Daniel has ever shared publicly what he really is. So that's up to Daniel to answer. But I am Christian. And Daniel, you go ahead and shoot. What are you, man?
I'm the American mutt. That's what I am.
Well, no.
American mutt. I'm everything mixed together. American.
There you go, Thomas. Man, Thomas is hardcore into that, man. You know, he's 1 in a million. He owns his faith 100%. You know? Oh,
See, Daniel's wearing his hammer.
Got one, man. You finally got one. All right, hell yeah, brother.
Where's that one at?
Where's mine at? I don't have one. I'm Christian. See, Christians, we destroyed the pagans. So y'all lost a long time ago. It's okay.
Both my dad's rig, his K100 cab over, and his Peterbilt 389 are manual transmissions, and them rigs would roll, especially when I would pull grades and rolling down grades with the Jake brakes howling.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
I think they had engine brakes back then.
They still
okay,
called
so
them
I'm
Jakes.
wondering, like, what the hell? I'm wondering,
Jake's
like,
brakes,
what?
engine brake.
Yeah.
Take the middle lane for buffer. Per diem 800 to 1,000 take home is good. Now, not in Cali or New York.
I don't think it's a question. I think it's a statement.
Here, I got the person that'll answer it right here.
Oh yeah, you think I'm going to answer that one? I'm sorry, P. Matt, but I don't have an answer for that one.
Is it a question? Versatile duckling, just Thomas. He has a pretty little mouth. No, go back. And he won't look at you weird anymore. You know what, man? Me and Thomas have been friends since Thomas came in. Me and Thomas came in around the same time in this shit, man. Me and Thomas are brothers, man. You know,
Language.
Timothy
What does that
Turbo,
mean?
what's this? I heard there was free Snicker bars on this channel. What's that about, Timothy?
Hey, I've got a Snickers bar in my refrigerator if you come to the pad, and I'll give it to you.
Yeah, Timothy, I'll give you a Snicker bar, man. You're not yourself when you're hungry.
Here's my comment about SLC trainers asking for cards and permits to spot, check, and make sure students have their paperwork on them. Yeah, but I don't see why they're doing that so much. Like if you're going on a drive, whoever's taking you on a drive should check that. I don't think that there should be like just random people coming up to you. Hey, let me see your permit and your driver's license and your DOT. Like if they're taking you on a drive or they're having you get in the truck, then yeah, you're gonna have to show them to you. But I don't think that random trainers should be coming up to you asking you for that paperwork and stuff. This to me, it's kind of sensitive information.
If I can put in a little bit input on that, it's a little bit of an open-ended question on what you're meaning there, but I ask all my students, do you have proper paperwork? Show it to me. If that's what you're meaning, and I would hope that's what you're meaning, hey, my comment about Salt Lake City trainers asking about cards for permits, I would hope that's what you're meaning, man. Every trainer should ask you for those things because there are some students who have paper copies of their permit, and it needs to be a physical copy. It needs to be physical. If it's not their hard copy of their permit, then it could expire before we get done with the training process, especially if you go over the road, especially if you're taking a little bit longer than the federal mandate of 14 days, which is what Prime follows.
Breaking news, Flatbed out of PA?
Question mark?
No, unfortunately, I'm out of Springfield, Missouri.
No, not you. Is there Flatbed out of PA?
Out of PA, yeah, we run a lot of freight out of PA. I just refuse to go there.
Lame.
There's another one.
Have you tried to get home from PA?
I have. Yeah.
If trucking is so short on drivers, why be so hard on the new students? Because we want to make sure they're safe. That's why we're hard on our students. We want to make sure we put out safe drivers so we don't have any accidents later down the road. And then we insure safe drivers. That driver insures another safe driver later down the road if they decide to become a trainer.
That got Tennessee Flatbed over there going off. He's like, you darn right we're going to be hard on you. We're making sure that you're safe and you're not going to get out there and wreck that truck and kill somebody. And, I'm the same way. Like, I am super tough on the drive. I never tell my students they do anything right really on the drive. You have to make an excellent turn for me to tell you you're doing something right. I am always telling you what you're doing wrong. And whenever I get a student, that's one of the first things I tell you is I say, hey, look, no offense, but when we go on the road and we're driving, I'm going to tell you everything that you're doing wrong, and I'm hardly ever going to tell you do anything right because I'm trying to improve you. I have a short amount of time with you, and I want to get you as best as I can before you leave me. It's all about making you a safer driver and a better driver. So, I'm going to be hard on you. And I straight up tell them I'm like, I've taken some of my fellow instructor students on a drive, and they straight up told me, they're like, man, I never want to go on a drive with you again. Like, I feel sorry for your students. And I'm like, okay, like, that's cool, man. I went a good long time without ever having a student fail the drive for forever. As soon as they would leave that gate, I used to say, well, that's a trifecta. As soon as they left the gate to go on a drive, and I go outside, I vape, and I'd be like, that test is over with, man. My guys don't fail on the drive. Until finally I had one fail on the drive. And now I'm up to, I think out of 200 and something students, I think I'm at 4 fails on the drive, and they all happened real fast, one after another. And I was like, what the heck? I had to rethink myself, and I had to back up and be like, you know what? Let me get back to finding out what I'm doing wrong right here, because all of a sudden I had some people fail. And I asked each one of them, I said, is there anything I could have done better to make you more prepared for your driving test? And each one of them said, nah, you did everything you could for me.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Me?
Yeah.
Whoever.
Well, the parts I wanted to cover, you covered perfectly. So yeah. No, I mean, when it comes down to it, man, hopefully we're doing what we need to do for you. And every trainer that I know on the pad is definitely doing what they need to do. It's very rare. So yeah.
Yeah, John Gonzalez says, have a good evening, fellows. So, like, we'll see you later. But you're right, the memorization of my air brake parts of the test is super important. It's really important. It has to be word for word. When you start changing the words in that, you're changing the meaning of it. And, the reason that the air brakes is held so high is because you're playing with people's lives. If you're not checking that stuff and making sure that your truck is safe, you're playing with people's lives. You're going down a mountain with a truck losing air. Then guess what? Your warning light's not coming on, so you don't even know you're losing air. And guess what? Your valves don't pop out, but your brakes have already applied, and you don't notice it because your brakes are already hot, and they're red hot, and they catch on fire. Then they're spongy. Even if you notice that your tires are smoking, you better be ready to hit an escape ramp. Like, you could kill somebody. That's how important this is. It's very serious. So it has to be word for word and spot on. John Gonzalez, definitely get into the memorization, but not only the memorization, get into understanding why it's so important in each step, the way it works. Like, the first one's going to be your pressure test. Make sure you understand that you're checking all the pressure inside those lines. The second one is to make sure that your warning light and buzzer is working. Make sure that you understand that the whole reason you're doing that is making sure that warning light and buzzer is going to sound before your brakes are set. Like, that is the importance of it. Understand why you're doing it. That will help you remember it. And understand that the valves should pop out between 20 and 40 psi. Like, once that warning light and buzzer is going off, the next thing, if you're losing air that fast, those two valves are going to pop out. They're going to apply your brakes. And, it's very serious. He's chomping at the bits. What's up?
Yeah, I have 2 stories that are perfect for this situation right here, John.
What were you saying, Tennessee? Go ahead with your 2 stories.
Situation, man. He said at or around 60 psi. A round could be anything. A round could be 10 seconds, 20 seconds. It could be anything, man.
What's going
At or
on, no
around does
hippie?
not work for the test. Verbiage is the most important thing. I can't stress it enough, man. It is the most important thing. So he said at or around. It should have been at or before 60 psi. The verbiage is so important. I had another student, man. He tried to fib himself into the test. He realized after stage 1 that his engine wasn't in the on position, we'll say. So he went down and flicked it into the on position during stage 2. It's so important. The air brake is not taken as a joke. You're dealing with people who've been doing this for years. Any trainer who's on the pad right now, any trainer period, has been doing these tests at least 5 to 10 years before you existed. So make sure you understand these people are watching out for you. They're making sure that you know the knowledge, and they're making sure that you're the safest driver you possibly can be. The verbiage is so important on that part. Like Daniel said, they're only going to ever ask you questions if you're getting something wrong.
One thing to motivate you is how dumb some of the people are out here with CDLs. And you know what? I always tell my students, I tell them, try to be the dumb truck driver. Like, stop being so smart over there, because a lot of people are overthinking this stuff. And like, what I try to tell them is be the dumb truck driver that doesn't have all the stuff in his mind. All he's thinking is the wheel turns, the back of the trailer needs to go right, turn left. Make it simple on yourself. But I know what you're talking about, no hippie. I know exactly what you're talking about. And Tennessee, what's up?
Well, I just read a comment in there about does Prime have issues with tattoos?
Man, I was getting to that one and I was popping you up.
So yeah, no, I don't have any problems with tattoos. If you look at my face, I've got tattoos on my face. Arms are covered all the way around. Throat. Yeah, we probably don't have no problem with tattoos at all.
There's one on the arm.
A lot of them. I have a lot more than this, man. I just don't want to take my shirt off except titties.
Hatchet man.
That one's for Hans.
You know what? Hey, Daniel, go ahead and put on my second screen there. Zoom in on that. I am the wisest man alive, for I know one thing, and that is I know nothing. Socrates. Daniel was saying that, don't try to be the smartest man in trucking. Don't try to be above your means. You have to be willing to know that you do not know. If you are a man who is able to understand that you don't know anything, that puts you leagues above anybody who says, well, I've been doing this for so many years. I know this, and that. Yeah, sure you do. Sure you do. But you know what? I'm willing to admit I know nothing. I'm willing to admit that I'm naive. I'm willing to admit that I don't have the knowledge. Be that driver. Be the driver who does not know anything, because you'll learn so much more.
Brian, good luck on your test, man. I'm looking forward to finding out if you got your CDL, because, I don't know if y'all remember Brian, if either one of y'all met him. I think Thomas had, or Tennessee has, but Brian was over at Prime. He was a real cool guy. He left to take care of some personal stuff at home, and whenever he tried to come back, there was an issue with him getting rehired. And he's went to get a CDL, and he hasn't given up on it. He's still fighting for his CDL, and we're rooting for you over here. Educated people look at us like livestock. There's another tattoo question. Let's put the expert on it.
Oh yeah, that's becoming more of a common thing for people to have tattoos. It's not frowned upon much anymore in the society that we live in, because people are deciding not to judge by the cover of the book. So
I can hear Tennessee Flatbedder twice. I'm gonna have to watch the replay of this and figure out
yeah,
what's
I'm
going
hearing
on.
all of us. It's echoing across all of us.
Is it?
Yeah, I turned your volume down twice already during this. I just turned
I'm
it down
hearing you
again.
echo, but I don't hear him echo at all.
Maybe
Mute
it's
his
because he
mic
has
real
a
quick.
headset and a mic. Maybe something's going on there. I was talking to Luke before the stream tonight. He sent me a text. Or no, he commented on a video about, I think what it was is he sent me a comment on a video. Let me see. I'll tell you real quick.
So while you're answering that, I'm scrolling Mike's. Jeffrey asked if I had a manual truck, and no, I do not have a manual truck. I drive an automatic truck or automated truck. Let me get that right. But I do not have a restriction on my license. Hey, Hans, my mic is on my phone. I don't have any extra mics a part of it.
Luke, I'm sorry, I
you may
can't
have a
find
problem.
the comment. Like I'm all like, it would take too much work to find that comment. Yeah,
I think me
Tennessee's
and
mic
Daniel are the
sucks.
only ones with external mics, and the one I'm working with is this one right here.
What kind of mic is that? Is it like what kind of mic is it?
It is the Vivitar. But I keep it away from my face because me and Thomas have had a common problem of interference, and I've been trying to keep it away from my face. But you know what? I'll do you one better. What I will do is
All right, I actually found Luke's comment right here. What he said was call Prime and they said not hiring at the moment, call back next month. Guess I'm working on the endorsement then. Luke, I haven't heard that they're not hiring, so give it a call again next month. I was gonna ask you if you put in for flatbed or tanker, because I know sometimes they're at certain times they're not hiring flatbed and reefer. It's sometimes they're not hiring flatbed and reefer. They're hiring flatbed and tanker. Sometimes they're not hiring flatbed and tanker. They're only hiring reefer, unfortunately. So I've heard of that happening. I'm hoping that it wasn't something like that. But I definitely saw your comment, and I responded back. I don't know if you've seen it today, but I'm hoping that you're getting in here. And
I'm back.
man, Backwoods, it's been a minute, man. How's it going, Backwoods? Robert K says, my stepbrother has a 414 and white boy on his head, and the company he works for does say anything about it. Okay, so I think truckers, man, we're untouchable when it comes to that. Like a trucker, you can wear the big beard, you can have the big beard, you can have the shaved head, whatever. You can be all tatted up. Truckers, they really don't really mess with us too much. They know that they need us too. So like they're all like, man, we need somebody to drive this goods across the country. So what if he's tatted up? I should move to Arizona off the grid. Why are you moving to Arizona off the grid? Pegleg says, will PSD students get a blindside alley dock on their test? No, they will not. We do not have a blindside alley dock on any of our pads. So whether it's Springfield, Salt Lake City, or Pittston, PA. I've seen all three pads. I've physically been on them, and they don't have a blindside alley dock. It'd be kind of cool if they did, though. I ain't gonna lie. I think it would be fun.
Can you hear me and Thomas?
I mean, not to test nobody on, but to let me go out there and try it out a couple times and see what I can do. I could do it. I'm sure I could. My main issue with drivers
Thomas,
is
can you hear me?
going too fast in
Yep.
truck stops. Hans, you're
So you can't
exactly
hear
right.
us.
I see too many people almost get ran over in truck stops, and I almost got ran over not too long ago in a truck stop. And I was not nowhere close to the fuel bay. I was way away from it, and I was walking back to my truck, and I almost got ran over walking through a truck stop. So I will definitely 100% agree with you that people are driving too fast in the truck stops, and they're not staying wide in the truck stops. There is too many accidents in truck stops. Most people do not even want to go to truck stops anymore. They want to go to they want to go park in rest areas and stuff like that just to avoid the truck stops. I mean, it's pretty sad that we're getting to that point where we're like, I'd rather park in a rest area or on the side of the road than park in a truck stop because people are dangerous. Another thing with truck stops that I tell my students to do is do not walk through the fuel bay without looking in that window of that truck. Make eye contact with the driver before you pass by. If it's an empty seat, of course, you can pass by. But if there's a trucker in that seat, you need to make some eye contact, some way to know that he sees you. If he does not make eye contact with you or he does not wave you through, then you need to not walk in front of that. Don't walk in front of a truck. I was at a truck stop whenever I was brand new on whenever I was brand new on, I was on TNT, and a guy got ran over in a truck stop I was in. Now I was in the shower. I was in the shower when this happened. So we were coming out the shower. My trainer came out of his shower. I came out of mine. And we were walking back to the truck, and they had a blanket over this guy that got ran over by a truck. And I was like, we're cops everywhere, ambulance, all kinds of stuff. But they put a blanket over him. You couldn't really see nothing, but we had to walk past that area to get back to the truck. Then we checked Facebook, and somebody posted the guy's picture that got ran over by the truck. Now, they made it come down off of Facebook real fast, but the thing is, I seen that. So one of my pet peeves has always been for my students, whenever they pull up, they need to look in front of them. There's one time that I tell them that they're not required to look in front of them, and that's whenever they're getting it straight, because it's an all-the-way wheel turn whenever they need to pull up to straight. It's an all-the-way wheel turn, and it's a short distance you got to go to get the truck and trailer straight. So you might be like this. It's a short distance. So what I tell them is turn it all the way, scan the area. There's no one there. Pull up to straight. Then stop, turn the wheel straight, and get more room. Get more room like that. So it's still one of my pet peeves that I have, that I don't want to see somebody get ran over in a truck stop. Versatile Duckling has something to say. I can already tell.
Yeah, he's been checking to see if we were still on the chat.
Yeah, that's all I was doing, man. We had a
I do have to
issue.
comment on that one. I always, when I'm walking in front of a truck, and if there's a fuel island, I look and make sure the driver's paying attention before I start walking across. If I look and see he looks at me, I walk across. I do the same thing on the pad when students are in the driver's seat. Before I walk across to my truck that's parked next to them, I make sure that they pay attention. I'm about to walk across, and I stay ample amount of space between the hood of that truck and where I'm walking, so they can physically see me over the hood of that truck. Because you got some drivers that drive those long nose Pete's, and they sit bull hauler style. They can't see over that steering wheel. How do you think they can see that close to their hood of their truck? So make eye contact with them, like Twizted said, and so you can see that they're looking at you before you walk across. I think I know exactly which one you're talking about that that driver got hit. He was actually had a Subway sandwich in his hand. He was just coming back from Subway after getting some grub.
What's the next comment?
Oh, I didn't know. I thought you had something to say. Yeah, I don't remember if he just got Subway or what. There was a lot of people in that truck stop talking about it, though. There was people saying that the guy walking in front of the truck was not paying attention. He walked straight in front of the truck. I've also heard the truck driver was on his cell phone and ran over the guy. And then I also heard that the guy was pulling up and he just didn't look in front of him. He was too busy worried about if his trailer was going to hit the pumps or not, is what I heard.
Regardless, I know they had that part where he said that the guy walking wasn't paying attention, but still pedestrians have the right of way regardless everywhere they go, because we don't have a cage around us to save our lives from somebody hitting us. That's why we have the right of way of walking anywhere in a parking lot.
You know what? I guess the only thing I can add to that is when you come into the industry, you are a problem solver, and you have to have your eyes everywhere. You are responsible for everything going on around you. We are held to an extremely high standard.
Chill.
And that's probably the only thing I can add to it.
Lay down.
I don't know the story. I don't know the situation. I never heard of this part that Tennessee and Twizted are talking about right now.
Lay down.
But I know that dog should lay down.
I think he was talking to his wife or something over there. Lay down. It's that Viking mentality, the man of the house.
Me and Tennessee, we got dogs, man. I know when Tennessee's talking to the dog.
Luke says, yeah, I called Prime today, and the recruiter said there isn't enough trucks. There's not enough truck trainers for new CDL holders coming straight out of school. Call back later in the month to check availability, so I'll wait. Yeah, and now it makes more sense. So they want to give the guys that don't have a CDL an opportunity to come here first. And then the guys that went to other trucking schools and stuff like that and got CDLs, or people that's had their CDL for a long time, they're pushing y'all off because they're like, this guy might be homeless, or this guy might be coming from a bad area, or he's trying to better himself. Let's help him better himself first. And I kind of agree with it. It'd be nice to get a bunch of people in here with too much experience. Like, of course, Hans comes in here with too much experience. Prime won't even take him. So we got these guys with too much experience even.
If I could add something to that, everything that you're going to do in life, everything that you're going to do at Prime, and vice versa, whatever the hell you're doing in life, it is circumstantial. And you have to remember your circumstance. If you do not know where you're coming from, where you're going, what you do know, what you don't know, you have to understand that there's a list in life. Life is a hierarchy. Like the hierarchy in this video chat right now, Daniel's at the top. Then it's Tennessee, then it's me. That is a hierarchy. Everything has a hierarchy. You have to understand where the list sits. You have to understand that no matter where your vanity or your wants are, that there is circumstance. Everything is circumstantial. If you do not understand that, then you're getting ahead of yourself. You're trying to jump to the top of the ladder. No one starts at the top of the ladder. We all start at the bottom. We climb the ladder every time.
Eddie Style says he says, what's up? Coming to Prime. Hey man, welcome. And you got 3 guys right here. What's your driver code?
CRUMEL.
What's your driver code?
CODSTH.
COXDJO. Just in case you need one of our driver code, anyone that might have helped you in here, make sure you're also subscribed. Eddie, make sure that you are definitely subscribing to Tennessee Flatbed and Versatile Duckling for more information on that.
If you want to throw up my 4th screen real quick, I'll give them the visual of that. So you got Tennessee Flatbedder right here. He's got some wonderful videos. Definitely go into his channel. He's got what's inside his truck. He's got an interview going on with a student he's had. He's definitely got some motorcycle stuff, which I personally love watching his rides. As you can see, the red lines right here, I watch his shit all the damn time. You got my channel as well. I got a few music things going on here, but I also got a live stream that is
That was
not.
taking too long. That was taking too long. I don't
Oh,
got
damn.
patience for it.
Yeah, I love you too, buddy.
I just don't have the patience for it. I was like, come on, man, you're taking too long. But yeah, that
And
was
you know what, the
Versatile
third person I was
Duckling
gonna
and
shout out
Tennessee
was
Flatbedder's
Daniel.
channel. Let's get back to the comments. Flatbed haters. We don't have no flatbed haters. We got a flatbedder right there.
Yeah, we got a flatbedder right here, man. One of my good buddies is a flatbedder, man. I started out as flatbed. I started out in the flatbed industry.
And I agree, no hippie rest areas suck.
Hey.
Speaking from a
Oh,
germaphobe,
hell no.
I do not want to stop in rest areas, especially the ones with the porta potties in them. No, sirree.
Hey,
No.
I stop at flat rest areas because it's easy off, easy on. I'm always got to get going in the morning. It's a
Yeah.
bathroom
Take a
for
shower,
everybody.
rest areas, unless you wash your feet in the sink. No hippie says I do keep clean feet. Man, this has been nothing but feet talk tonight. Kiersey was talking about feet. Now everybody else is.
Well, we know
Rest
where
areas are
where
hands down the
Duckling's
best
going
spot to
later is
stop
to
as a
start to
trucker.
go what's that called? That one site where you're going to take pictures of your feet and sell them.
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
There, see, he knew exactly where he was headed.
He's younger than us. Of course he's going to know that stuff.
I
No hippie
subscribe to
trucking
like
and
9
transportation.
people.
Can you put a video on how you clean your feet in the rest area? Like, we would appreciate seeing that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Hans, why don't you email me a video of you washing your feet? I will sell that thing. My pet peeve is slow walkers in a truck stop. Dude, you're not lying. I can't stand it whenever you see them and they get to the door before you and they're slowly opening the door. It's like, come on, can you move any faster? I don't get it either.
I really hate when they get to the door and they know you're walking behind them and then they shut the door on you.
Sorry, Tennessee. I clicked the wrong screen. My bad.
I got something to add to that, man. You know what? Like, if you're going to, especially if you're one of these guys who back with purpose, like, oh, let me get my door as fast as possible, let me dock as fast as possible, you should walk with purpose. I do not understand these guys who get out of the truck into Fuel Island. You know, obviously all of us, you know, we're filling our trucks, we're trying to get some drinks, whatever in the hell we're trying to do. I understand that part. That part is 100% understandable. But why are you're acting like you have no purpose? Walk with purpose. Walk like you have to get in and get the fuck out. If you do not walk like you have to get in and get the fuck out, you're the guy I'm yelling at. You're the guy I'm sitting behind and I'm going to fucking bitch out, man. Like, I hate annoying.
I don't like it when trainees take 2 hours to back into the spot. Hans, right now, I know you don't like it, but we were all there at some point. I know you were born out the side box of the truck. Like, I know you were born in a truck, man, but like, we all been there. Have some patience with the new guys. I will not rush a new guy. If I pull into a truck stop and I'm impatient, trust me, I'm like, hurry up and back that in there. Turn left, turn right, turn right. You know, like, I will have more patience with them. I understand that they're new, and hopefully they do their get out and looks. Like, I've got out and helped people before because they were getting out to look being safe. Now, if it's a guy that's not getting out, not trying to be safe, I'm not going to go help him because, you know, he don't want to be safe himself. Is he really going to listen to me, or is he just going to blame me when he hits something for not listening? I'm with you on that. Taking forever to back. Yeah. You know, and another thing about that is, you know, these CDL schools and these, even Prime, all these different places, I feel like we could do a lot better. Like, I cannot stand it whenever I see people not even teaching straight line back. If you're a trainer out there or you're an instructor out there, like my biggest thing is you got to teach them straight line back. Like for reals, like 100%. I'm all into like at least teach them straight line back. The other thing that you need to teach them is which way to turn the wheel. Like so many people are saying, I turn towards the problem or I turn towards the box. Like teach them, hey, I'm turning the wheel left because I'm moving the back of the trailer to the right or whatever. You know, I don't like it. I would like the student to be able to tell me, hey, I turned the wheel left because I'm moving the back of the trailer to the right, or I turned the wheel left because I'm moving the front of the trailer to the left, or hey, I turned to the left because I'm moving the front of the truck to the right. At least be able to tell me that you made the wheel turn that you made and what part you're moving, at least. I mean, I think that a lot of companies and places like that really need to kind of step it up out there. And I see it everywhere. I see it everywhere. And I'm not saying that 100% of prime driver instructors are teaching like that and they're doing that. I have seen it. And that's where it's an issue is sometimes, you know, we get a lot of students from CDL schools and stuff like that, and they don't know which way to turn the wheel. They're all like, I'm turning towards the box. And if they're in a predicament where they're coming in or they're like, I'm turning towards a problem. If you put them in a predicament where like they have to make a decision, what's the problem? They really don't know what the problem is. So it's handicapping people for success is what it's doing. It's making it harder for people to be able to back. It's making it harder on people. At least teach your guys straight line back at the bare minimum. That's what I'm asking.
I agree.
So what I wanted to add to that was I always teach my students patience, man. It doesn't matter how many yard dogs are sitting there, how many people are looking at you. Make sure you're using, in the real world, when you're out there, you're backing at like a Tyson or a Walmart or anything like that, make sure that you're taking your time. I try to give each of my students a real world back. And I'll be honest with you, I'm a PSD instructor, man, which means that I do these runs that are, you know, Illinois or Chicago or Arkansas or, you know, and there was one Oklahoma. I always try to give them one back. It's like, feel it. Feel when you need to turn the wheel. Feel the motion. Understand what space is. If you can't demonstrate what space is, what freedom of motion is, the freedom of the motion, what are you doing? You know, we can teach people how to back into boxes. We can teach a duck how to do that. We could teach a Tennessee how to do that. We could teach a Twizted D how to do that. You know, the thing is like teaching them how to understand it, how to feel it, and that's what backing really is just the freedom of motion.
Here's a question for Tennessee because Tennessee, y'all have seen him smoke, y'all have seen him vape. Does Prime let you vape in the truck?
Oh yeah. We got no
about
issues
smoke?
with it because or smoke cigars. It's your company truck. So me personally, you can vape in my truck, you can smoke in my truck, but the truck has to be rolling down the highway before I let you light up a cigarette or a cigar, because I don't like the way my truck smells after a cigarette's lit up, even though I am a smoker.
No. My personal rules are vape is allowed. You can vape in my truck as much as you want. Smoking is prohibited. 100%.
We weren't talking about your truck. If you read it, it says, does Prime let you vape in the trucks?
I mean, in their trucks, you can do whatever you want. In their trucks, it depends.
Yeah,
if
do
you're a
whatever you
trainer or
want.
not. That's not the answer that Tennessee
in
gave
Duckling's case, drive naked in your truck.
Yeah. I want you butt naked. I want to know who you are as a person.
Put some clothes on, man. Robert K says I pulled a 53 gooseneck on a F550. Woo!
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, you got a sound effect for that?
I've never done a gooseneck before. I can't even say nothing. Like,
You know what?
I don't know how it
you need
reacts or
oh,
nothing.
No. Oh, no, no,
I could
no,
figure it
no.
out.
But the pivot point's the same as our fifth wheel.
Oh, here's our expert right here.
Yeah. Pulling a gooseneck is the same as pulling a tractor trailer. It's the same as our fifth wheel pivot. Now, bumper hitch is a different story. That's a different pivot point.
Walmart's easy back 99% of them. Yeah, Walmart is pretty much, we go to the distributors and pretty much it's an easy straight line back in there if you set up right. Most of the Walmarts have a lot of room. One thing I noticed about Walmart that I'm all like, that's kind of messed up is, I know that they don't let us park there overnight, but why are they not letting their own drivers park in their parking lot? Like, Walmart trucks can't even park in Walmart to take a 10-hour break. I thought that was really interesting. Oh, man. No, hippie, you don't have a limp, bro. You have a pimp walk. That's what you have. We gotta pitch in and get no hippie trucking, one of those pimp hats with a big feather in it.
Big purple one with a pink feather in it.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll pitch in on that as long as you donate $1 to Tennessee's GoFundMe.
Does Prime let us drink beer in the truck?
Fuck
I think Twisted's old lady said that the best. No.
Fuck no.
Language.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Wrong channel with that language. Wrong channel.
What I will say is, if you are in the FMCSA jurisdiction, smoking marijuana, negative. Drinking, negative. Anything that disturbs the state of mind that you have, negative. You should never do it. It is not allowed. According to the way that they format their rules, you can't even pop up any type of alcohol, any type of marijuana, any other drug you can't do.
One of Prime's policies is 48 hours after you consume alcoholic beverages. So 34-hour reset is out of the question.
Exactly.
Because it's 48 hours before.
Says no alcohol regardless.
Yeah, is a difference. There's a difference between policy and law. Make sure that you understand both law and policy. Because sometimes your policy will go against the law, and sometimes the law will go against your policy. You need to make sure, as a professional driver, you're adhering to all things.
So, answering your question on that one, yes. I actually have a criminal record, and Prime had no problem because I was record, and I've been here 5 and some change. So
I have one too, and they let. I don't have a felony, but I have a criminal. Well, okay, I got a felony that I was not found guilty of, so I was innocent. And I just told them what was going on, and they said everything's cool and let me come too.
And I can speak on that. I trained a student who served 11 in prison. So Prime hired them.
I bet you dropped a lot of soap in front of him, didn't you? Wrong channel.
I have 2 felonies on my record to let you know. So been over the statute of limitations for me. That was back when I was 17, waited till I was 18. I was charged then. And then I haven't done anything since. And now I'm 41. So Yeah, it was past statute of limitations when I got hired on with Prime.
And I feel like it's like if it's that old, you are here for a second career, you're here for a second chance at life. Like it's been that long and you haven't been in trouble again. Like I feel like they should let you have a second chance in life. And I worked corrections for a long time, and I even felt like that the system was messed up because whenever you get out of the penitentiary, there is nothing out there for you to better yourself. There you can't get a job. You're a felon. You can't get a job. You can't find no work. What choice do you have after being in the pen? Like all you have is like you go out there and you try to be right. They put you in a halfway house. You're around a bunch of people that don't care about doing right, don't care about getting better. None of that. You know, they're out just trying to do their thing. And then people are trying to better themselves in that environment. You know, they want to get better, but the thing is, whenever they're trying to get a job to get them their own place, to get out of that environment, they can't find nothing. And then they end up, hey, I know how to make quick money. You know how to make quick money. You can go and rob somebody. You can go and sell drugs again. You know how you used to make money, so you know you can make money. And unfortunately, the system's broken with that. And, you know, I always felt like working there, I was like, man, this is BS. They always say we're here to reintegrate people into society. That is not true. We are not reintegrating people in society. We are just throwing people out to come right back. It's a broken system.
You know what? If I can add something to that, man, especially someone who's come from the system himself, I have been arrested 3 times, put behind everything. I was detained. I was thrown into a ranch, a boys' home. Those are things that, you know, when you're under the age of 18, hopefully they get expunged. Hopefully, you know, no one's looking at those things. Like Daniel said, like Tennessee said. When you're coming in here with a fresh start, you know, you just got on your feet, you're ready to go. These are things that you're wanting to put behind you. It's what I did with my life. Can't speak a lot of it right here, but there were some parts of it that I do leave behind. It's a second opportunity. I've used it to my fullest potential, benefit, whatever the hell you want to call it. But I think we all did, man. You know, I think we all come from somewhere that we didn't really enjoy, whether it was a career, a lifestyle, or anything else. We came into trucking for a change, you know?
Yeah, all walk of lives. But hey, I want to thank Tennessee Flatbedder. Definitely check out his page. Subscribe to it. He came on the channel tonight, answered some questions. Versatile Duckling down there. Definitely hit the subscribe button over there on that channel. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff in here. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. We appreciate all the questions and comments in here tonight. Thank you for stopping by, and we are out for the night.
Later.
Deuces.